Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So today we're going to be covering a project in the Solana ecosystem, one that I think has a leading chance at potentially having a virtuals-like run, except on Solana. So as always, before we get into that project throughout the video, if you guys do want to stay up to date on what we're covering on the channel, as we do try to put out constant daily uploads for you guys, then subscribe to the channel so you stay in the loop. And if you get value out of the content here, if you guys could like the video, as the support does go quite a long ways. So obviously we can take a look at Virtuals Protocol here. No doubt, I mean, everyone knows that Virtuals Protocol is the top leading project in the AI agent narrative, which we have seen AI agents be the leading narrative over the last 60 days or so, because that is where all the hype, all the money is at right now. And we know that AI by itself is going to be one of the leading narratives going on this cycle. But if we take a look at Virtuals Protocol, obviously it is down a little bit right now, about 50% from where it has been recently, how it started the new year. But if we zoom out and look at how Virtuals performed, I mean, Virtuals was out for essentially a year, very under the radar, because obviously we had seen AI agents not become that hot of a narrative until Q4 of 2024. But when Virtuals took off, it took off immediately. Essentially, when you zoom out, I mean, we saw it in Q4 from October, from about that $50 million range all the way up to 50 billion or 5 billion, sorry, $5 billion market cap. That's 100x right there, just in the span of about 3 months, 2-3 months, which is pretty insane, especially since, again, this is a newer narrative AI agent. Now, whereas I do think that Virtuals Protocol is still gonna go quite a ways from here throughout the cycle. I think that it's gonna surpass its previous all-time highs of $5 billion. I can see Virtuals, in my opinion, obviously nothing I say is financial advice, just giving you guys my opinion here. It would not surprise me if we saw something like Virtuals being that leading AI agents platform on base and just as a whole right now cross over that $10 billion in market cap threshold. That would not be surprising at all. But again, when we look at Virtuals, they are, if it'll show me, they are on base. So they are not on Solana. In my opinion, two of the hottest ecosystems that we cover a lot here throughout the cycle is going to be base and Solana. We've seen Solana with obviously meme coins, and base is really where a lot of the attention is for AI agents because of stuff like Virtuals. But there is still that attention with AI agents on Solana. Now, before we go on to that project, what is Virtuals? So we just compare it to the project we're talking about today. Well, obviously, when we look at the Virtuals Protocol website, these are all the AI agents that that get launched natively on Virtuals. Now, they all have their own different utility, but this is essentially what Virtuals website is right now. Is that, again, you can go on here. Anyone can create an agent. You can connect your wallet. You can trade on Virtuals. It's essentially a good comparison. If you were in the meme coin trenches, it's like a pump.fun except for AI agents. And that is kind of the best comparison I could sum up real fast without going too far down that rabbit hole. But either way, that's Virtuals Protocol. Again, just the base thesis for the video here of why we think AI agents is going to continue being a hot narrative. AI agent platforms, potentially do have that infrastructure kind of play where you do get exposure not only to the narrative but also everything being built underneath of it, because they have to, typically a lot of these AI agent platforms, you need the native token, like Virtual, to actually make those agents and trade on the platform. So that's why we see these platforms do the things that they do as far as price action goes, if they're getting the attention and actually the use case and users on them and having projects get generated. But when we look over at Solana, we can see something on Solana. In my opinion, Solana is lacking that multi-billion-dollar AI agents platform, something like a Virtuals Protocol, because I do think a lot of the AI agent attention is on base because of Virtuals. But I do think that obviously there's AI agents on Solana as well. Those get traded every single day. When we take a look at the platforms here, there's a few, but one I want to highlight here today is Dasha, the ticker VVAIFU. I always read it as VAIFU, like waifu, except VAIFU. I don't know if that's correct or not, but Dasha, I say Dasha, you say Dasha, whatever. But if we look at it, when we look at Dasha here, similar thing like Virtuals Protocol. Now, this has not been out for as long, but you can see with these kind of platforms, once they get utilized and actually get, the volume going, actually start getting the agents created on them and have attention on the platform. It takes not a lot of time for these platforms just to blow up in price. So we can see that Dasha here had an amazing Q4 also around the same exact time that we saw Virtuals Protocol really take off and saw the AI agent craze, that narrative, that trend also start to take off. When we look at Dasha here on Solana, we saw that it was trading at literally about $1 million, couple $1 million in market cap. And if we look from the time of like the 15th of November to the 18th, in 3 days, 72 hours, this did well over, it did like a 200x here, got to about $175 million market cap. That is insane. And we're not even in a full-blown altcoin season. That is the power of writing these narratives, stuff like AI agents, catching them early on. And, making the comparison here of looking at two ecosystems that are bullish, like Solana and Base. Looking at Base, all right, well, they have Virtuals Protocol, but Solana is also a hot chain. What do they have? At the time, obviously, and still, Virtuals is only on Base primarily. So you can look at something like Solana and be like, well, that's a hot chain. There's AI agents trading over there. What is going to take that place? In my opinion, I think Dasha has a strong contender to be, the Virtuals like, except on Solana. Now, we've seen it obviously come down, kind of trade sideways, consolidate here for a little bit. Right now, it is at a $60 million market cap. Even recently, how it started the new year, when Virtuals was up at $5 billion, Dasha was only at $150 million. But we have seen it take, obviously, a retrace, as we've seen not only Virtuals obviously fall from $5 billion to $1.7 billion, but the overall market has been trending either sideways or downwards for a lot of different altcoins. And, that is just the state of the market that we're in right now. But I do still think that 2025 is going to be a great year for altcoins. I think that AI is still a top narrative. I think AI agents is not going anywhere. I don't view AI agents like meme coins that can come and go and it's a trend. I think AI agents have there's too many real world, like Web 2, catalysts for the future with big companies like Nvidia, Google, Facebook, Meta, they're developing their own AI agents. So I think AI agents is here to stay, especially for 2025. Now, if you actually take a look at what Dasha's platform looks like, this is their platform, their website. So obviously you can see that you need the Dasha token, the VVAIFU token. That's what you need here. But just like Virtuals, it's extremely easy to launch a token on Dasha. If you wanted to launch an agent, you literally just need 1,500 waifu, which is less than $100, like $90 at the time recording this video, and 0.3 Sol, which I think is maybe like $50, give or take around there. And then you literally just hit create, fill in your agent's details, connect to Twitter, and launch, and it'll be automatically launched via pump.funds bonding contracts, and then it'll be on the platform. It is that easy to literally launch an AI agent on the platform. But because of this, something like Virtuals, where you need that token that we mentioned, you need the native token to actually be trading and launching on the platform. The more agents that get created, the more trading that happens on Dasha's platform, the more utility it's going to give to that Dasha token, which if we take a look at how many agents are on here, obviously, I don't believe it's anywhere near the amount of Virtuals. And just like Virtuals, Pump.Fun, any platform like this, yes, there is some crap projects that are just not going to do a lot. Obviously, that is the nature of the game. But when we take a look at it, we're not going to go over anything specifically here because, as always, if you guys want to find some projects and explore these platforms, then I encourage you to do so on your own time. As always, do your own research. But we see that there is a plethora of agents that are already created on Dasha's platform. And remember, this is a project that has not been around that long. A couple months here, 90 to 100 days, really not that long. Instead of something like Virtuals that has been around for over a year, Dasha is still an early project. Obviously, they say launch AI agents with a token. That easy, so I do think that Dasha has the potential. If we do see Solana also be a hot ecosystem throughout the cycle, which I obviously think it will be, in my opinion, but if we also see AI agents continue to kind of bleed into other ecosystems outside of Base, like Solana, then I do think that there is going to be a Virtuals-like project on Solana that's going to solidify itself to be that top AI agent protocol launching platform on the Solana ecosystem. Now, there is a few. Obviously, there's Dasha, there's Top Hat, there's a few others on Solana, but I do think Dasha, in my opinion, is one that you should definitely have on your watch list. And especially since, right now, if you go from the all-time highs of about that 21 cents, it is 71% down from its all-time highs here. So if you were ever looking for an entry, this is potentially a decent time. Now, obviously, the markets are quite choppy right now. Like everything, this project obviously could take another 50% haircut, whereas I don't personally think we're going to do that. They could definitely, go to 50, 40 million. That is on the cards here, but you have to obviously evaluate it and think to yourself, are you bullish on the future of AI agents? Do you think Solana is going to continue being a hot ecosystem and trading AI agents on Solana? I personally do. That's why all these bets, to me, make sense and stack in Dasha's favor. But like I said, there is still a competition to be had on Solana for that top AI agent protocol platform. I don't think we have a solidified winner quite yet. Definitely not like one, with Virtual's protocol, because same thing on Base. We see a lot of other AI agent platforms launching on Base, but I do not think, at least for the base chain, I don't think Virtuals is going to get dethroned as the top AI agent platform. That is my, personal opinion for the cycle. I think Virtuals really has solidified itself as such, and unless some black swan event happened with Virtual, I do think we see Virtual continue to be the leading platform on Base, and really, I think 10 billion here is definitely in the card. So when you look at potentially a $10 billion market cap, even where it is right now, 1.7 billion, and then look at something like Dasha on Solana, another hot ecosystem, at a $60 million market cap, there's definitely a repricing to be had there with whatever platform solidifies itself as that top AI agent platform on Solana. So that is my opinion here on Dasha. Again, another one that I also do like as well is Hat. I believe Top Hat on Solana. It's another platform similar to Dasha, an AI agent platform as well. So that is another one those are two that I would check out on Solana. Dasha, obviously we've covered in today's video, and then Top Hat that we might cover in a separate video. But as always, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Dasha? Have you traded on Dasha? Have you not? Have you done anything with AI agents yet? Do you see the potential here? Or if there's other platforms on Solana that wasn't mentioned in this video that you think maybe could be gunning for that, that top platform, AI agent platform crown on Solana to really solidify itself as the Virtuals protocol, except on the Solana chain. Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from all you guys, and I try to answer all the comments down below. And as always, if you guys want a way of supporting the channel and getting into calls with us early on, or just access to the private community, there is a Patreon linked below. And again, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch the video today. And if you guys got value out of the content here, if you guys could like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.